everybody, it's Magic Prepper, and today I just wanted to talk about this whole situation going on with that Universal picture that was supposed to come out called The Hunt. Now they canceled the movie, and all these people are coming out and praising that decision. Oh, thank God they canceled it, because how could we have a movie depict people hunting deplorables, aka Donald Trump supporters, and make it seem like that'd be okay for other people to do? And I understand everyone's got a heightened sense of caution right now thanks to all the mass shootings and everything else that have been going on recently, but I would be definitely labeled under the category of deplorable. It's something I would be called by somebody in the liberal elite, you know? I still don't think this movie should have been canceled. That might be an unpopular opinion, but where does this end? I mean, we would be just as upset if a movie was made that was pro-Second Amendment or pro-conservative or whatever it might be, and have somebody else get upset about it and say, you know what, this movie's racist, it depicts things that we don't agree with and think are wrong, and therefore we don't want other people to see it, because if they see it, they might start agreeing with somebody on that side of the argument. So let's just cancel the movie, and that way no one has to see the other people's form of entertainment. Now I know that's not easily compared to a movie that is supposed to depict liberal elites hunting deplorables and kind of like a Most Dangerous Game style of a movie. But I just want to caution all those who are rejoicing about this whole cancellation and saying they think it's a great idea and they're glad Universal finally came to their senses. To me, we never saw the movie. We don't know if there would have been a situation where maybe there was an underdog archetype or something like that, where maybe one of the deplorables, you know, fights back, and who knows what happens, right? Because we all know those people would probably have a little bit of resourcefulness, right? So I just don't like censorship in general. We could have easily done what we've done for the past couple of centuries, which is called capitalism. Not gone to the movie, not supported it, and not seen it if it's something we didn't want to be a part of. And for everyone to go out and just start saying this is going to cause people to do this, or this is going to make people want to hunt deplorables, or this is going to be one of those moments where this movie's so terribly designed that it's going to cause terrorism or something like that, I just don't like it. It's more censorship, and it's more reasons for them to say, hey, now that we did that, remember that whole hunt thing where we canceled the movie because nobody wanted it to come out? Well, we're going to do that now for this movie too, because, you know, everyone on this side of the aisle said this is a bad idea. We don't want people to learn about being pro-Second Amendment or being conservative or being a prepper and learning how to survive or take care of yourself or becoming self-reliant. We don't want that kind of content out there, so we're going to go ahead and pull that movie too. Now, I know you didn't know anything about the plot fully, and there wasn't an entire review or leak of what the entire movie was going to be or do. But either way, we just don't want you to see it because we decided that it was best for you not. You know, and that's just why I'm kind of upset about the whole thing. Do I think it's dumb to make a movie that hunts down a certain, you know, type of political person and decides that those people's lives are less valuable than others? It's probably a dumb thing to do, of course, but freedom of speech allows for idiocy. It's not something that's a guarantee of, whatever you're going to say is going to be quality because that's how freedom of speech works. It's going to give everybody a voice, and sometimes those voices are dumb. So let them be dumb. Let America show them with their pocketbook whether or not they think it's a good idea. And then we decide from there, whoever made the movie, who was involved with it, who produced it, maybe we don't want to support those people anymore because of the type of content they put out. And you see that on social media platforms like YouTube all the time. If somebody's doing terrible things or saying terrible things, people stop watching. People unsubscribe, right? Think of James Charles. Don't ask why I know about that guy. I am married, so I have a wife who teaches me these things. And apparently the guy is a douchebag and said a bunch of dumb stuff and got a lot of people upset. So they 86'd him. They got rid of the guy. They unsubscribed. He lost millions of followers over a couple weeks, right? That is fine with me. That's fine with me. It's okay for the guy to say something stupid and, you know, have consequences, but I don't think it's okay to just remove the content in general. So all these people are praising the removal of the hunt because it got rid of deplorables and it shows murder and whatnot. are the same people who are upset about social media platform censorship of conservative ideas. And to me, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Why can you think that it's okay to censor a movie or cancel its release because of the content of it when we're going to get upset that conservative voices are being stifled on YouTube and other platforms? It just doesn't make sense to me. So please understand why I'm upset about this whole decision. It's freedom of speech, it's capitalism. There's a lot of horrible movies released all the time with lots of violence and lots of gore and terrible ideas behind the reasoning for that violence and gore. And yet we don't cancel those movies. But enough people got upset about the concept of this movie that Universal decided to pull it. And to me, that's just another excuse down the road when they do that to us for a movie we want to see or we want to have come out, and we're not going to be able to argue it because, you know what, they canceled this one for us, so they got to cancel this one for the next guy. And I feel like a lot of people's emotions or knee-jerk reactions got in the way of logical thoughts in this whole situation. And let's be honest, okay? This movie, we had no reveal of like how it was going to end or what was going to happen, you know? If you think about movies as basic as The Purge, right? The Purge has a very similar idea behind it. And in that movie, the underdog hunted people basically come up and fight the oppressors and win. So would that have really hurt the whole concept of why we're upset about this movie if that would have happened? I don't know. It's up to you to decide that. But I'm just mad because so many people seem really happy about another style of censorship and another form of cancellation that didn't need to happen. If the movie was released and it tanked at the box office and it was just, you know, the worst movie of the summer, then they would know up in Hollywood, and all those people that, you know, run those different production companies would say, that was a bad idea, let's not do it again. But now, we're never going to find out, and then we're going to also be told the same thing later about another movie that maybe guys like myself and people like you want to actually see, okay? Imagine if they would have done this to a movie like Passion of the Christ. It's gory, it's violent, it depicts a religious character being persecuted, it's very offensive, so therefore, we're going to cancel it because, you know what, it's better for you not to see it. So everyone who's excited about this whole thing, just keep those ideas in mind. Because honestly, I don't like censorship, and I don't like the idea that they're going to use this as a lever against us in the future. And you know it's true that this is things that they do. They make that decision with what they're going to do in the future in mind. So I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that. I think as preppers and survivalists, you know, we have to kind of keep our, you know, finger on the pulse of what's going on in the world and the politics and everything else that are happening, because part of what we're trying to do by sharing a message of prepping and survivalism can easily be taken away by these platforms like YouTube if they decide they don't want our voice to be out there. And if we're going to go out and also celebrate when somebody else gets their voice canceled, basically, whether or not it's a horrible voice, you know, it's going to be our own fault when that time comes and we all get our channels banned. So just wanted to kind of address that. I just got a little bit upset about reading all the positive opinions from people who are so-called conservatives about this movie's cancellation, and hopefully give you guys something to think about. Because if your knee-jerk reaction was good, I'm glad they canceled it because that's terrible and ridiculous. Try to think about the grand scheme of things and how this affects our ability to communicate our own agenda and our own voice out to the masses. So just wanted to touch base on that. Sorry for the rant, guys. That's going to be it for now.